Good evening, everybody. My name is Armando Torres. I'm the CEO of the company. I'm super excited to see you all here tonight. We're going to be recording this for the purposes of explaining this video to each and every single person who's interested in our powerhouse opportunity. At this time, I'm going to ask you to please turn off your phone, close the door, and get rid of all distractions, and give yourself the next 20 minutes to really evaluate this opportunity, because I know that what we've done here has the potential to change your life. Without further ado, I'm going to kick it over to the great state of Florida, an incredible individual, regional vice president that is just an amazing teacher, very astute into the craft of understanding this business and being able to build a huge empire, Mr. Andres Vernay. Mr. Vernay, your call, sir.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time. I definitely want to thank Armando and Valerie Torres, who spearheaded this amazing opportunity that, for some of you who are watching this, I personally believe could be once in a lifetime. So PowerHouse Financial Independence Network. Let me tell you a little bit about who we are. We are actually an independent marketing organization. We're a broker, but we broker with the top-notch insurance companies, financial services company in the world. We have access to over 100, probably if not more. But here is just a little snapshot of the top companies that we represent. And the unique thing about us is we're not pigeonholed into just one or two products or companies. We can pick and choose any company we need based on the desires or the needs of our clients. Our mission statement, really plain and simple. Our mission is to holistically help Main Street Americans become financially independent. That's pretty much it. We'll pretty much during the presentation make sure we define what financial independence means, so we're very, very crystal clear on what that is. So, in order to give you a better idea and understanding of what we do, we use the building of a house as a simple analogy that pretty much anybody can picture in their mind one of the how things are done. And that's how we do it. We create the financial powerhouse of getting your house, your personal financial house, in order by using this house as an analogy. So as most of you should know by now, when you build a house, one of the most important things to lay down is what? After you clear the ground, a strong foundation. We're here at PowerHouse. Our foundation begins with a term insurance product. It's not just any term insurance product. It's a term insurance product, which is the new kind with living benefits. What does that mean? Living benefits pays out while you're still alive. It's not a death policy where you only get paid when you die. It's a term policy with living benefits. And there's a high probability that most of you watching this will either experience and most likely survive either a heart attack, a stroke, diagnosis of cancer, and a serious injury. And that's what those living benefits offer. 18 different ways for families to access their face amount, up to 90% of whatever their face amount policy is, to help them get through whatever that they're going through. Of course, before we start putting in furniture or things inside the house, we have to put what? We have to put a roof to secure the inside. For us, the roof represents the legal protection that everybody should have and technically must have. For example, a will. How many of you on this call have a will? God forbid something happens to you, your spouse, your loved one. Do you want the government to take over your children and your personal assets and the things you've spent your entire life building, or would you rather have the choice and make the decision on who takes care of that for you? A medical directive, as we all know, with COVID-19, God forbid anybody ends up in a hospital and can't defend themselves, or at least give instructions on what they want their medical team to do for them while they're incapacitated. A medical directive will do that for you, and we help you get that. A power of attorney, getting legal access to pretty much an entire law firm 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year on your cell phone is what we offer. And all of you, most families, if not all of you, definitely need it and could take significant advantage of that. Our first level that we focus on, new products that we offer, is health insurance. We offer that in the way of Medicare and the marketplace. So from 0 to 64 and 65 plus. Second thing that we do, which is also what we consider to be a pandemic, is retirement. We offer a tax-free pension and retirement plans. Right now, the biggest thing is, I'm sure just by going to the store, Walmart, Walgreens, your local grocery store, you probably see more and more individuals with grayer hair older than you would imagine on the other side of the counter asking you if you want paper or plastic. 9 times out of 10, if you ask those individuals, are they there because they want to be there or because they have to be there? It's because they have to be there. And once again, our mission is to help individuals avoid that situation later on in life. We also have what's known as our legacy program. Our legacy division focuses on saving funds as early as 2 weeks old. Imagine if you can go back and tell your parents, hey, can you start my retirement plan when I was born at 2 weeks? I can barely talk, can't even walk, can't even fend for myself, but yet start that snowball of an amazing retirement for you when you're born. That's what we can offer you. You can also have an opportunity to give back to charity. And we have what's known as the $1 Million Baby Program. Now, one of the major obstacles, which is it's pretty obvious, but most people don't really consider even thinking about it, is the debt. The debt is one of the biggest obstacles that people have from becoming financially free. We have a solution for that. We have a debt elimination as well as a bill negotiation to smoke your debt away. For those who are over 65, maybe a little closer to reaching the end of their life, and maybe we didn't catch them early enough, we can also provide some much needed products and services in the pre-need and final expense services that we can offer those clients as well. Let's break down the income opportunity with PowerHouse. One of the first ways, as I mentioned, term life insurance. Under the health insurance division, we have 2. So that's 2 and 3 is Medicare and the Affordable Care Act Marketplace, formerly known as the Obamacare plan. Legal protection insurance is the 4th way. 5th and 6th are our retirement and pension plans, which are either through our Index Universal Life products and our annuities products. The debt elimination or bill negotiation is another form of stream of income. Pre-need and final expense insurance. So that right there gives you 9 streams of active income that PowerHouse offers today. Knowing Armando and Valerie, there's probably another handful more in the works, but as of today, we can offer you 9 streams of active income. Now let's go back and look at the ones with asterisks. Medicare product, the Affordable Care Act Marketplace with this health insurance for those from 0 to 64, the legal protection plan, the annuities plan, as well as the debt elimination are part of the products and services that we can help create passive income. That's called mailbox money. You help those individuals with these services and these products, and you will continue to be rewarded on most of them, if not all, on a monthly basis for as long as they are our clients, for as long as they pay their premiums, and for as long as they're with PowerHouse. What's required? A simple license. One simple license, whatever state you're working in, we have access to not only the 50 states of the United States, we can do business in Canada, Puerto Rico, and soon to be in other countries. So your life and health insurance is what's required for most of the products. Some of them you don't require a license, but at least to get you paid, your insurance on the health and life insurance license is required. All right, the 4 ways to make income. We use the analogy from Robert Kiyosaki, the amazing author from Rich Dad Poor Dad. He also wrote a book on the cash flow quadrant to give people the insight on the 4 main ways to make money. And I hope you definitely learned something from this one. The first way, which is the most common, and most of us usually start in this category or in this quadrant, is the E quadrant, as an employee, where you have a job. Now, for us, job, J-O-B, stands for just over broke. Why? Because you're trading in time, which we only have 24 hours in a day, for money. And you will never get paid what you're worth when you're in this quadrant as an employee working for somebody else. Now, many people leave the employment section and say, you know what? I'm going to be self-employed, the S quadrant. In this case, you basically own your job. Hopefully you have a little bit more freedom. So in most cases, you're spending a lot more time, not necessarily for a lot more money, but at least that's the S quadrant that is available. And most people usually go from employee to self-employed. Now, when we get to the B quadrant, for those few self-employed individuals that can figure out a system, create a system, or find a system, they own actually a system that creates the income for them. In this case, you have people working for you that helps to create income, in this case, unlimited income. The final quadrant that Robert Kiyosaki talks about is the I quadrant. They own investments where your money makes money. And that's a beautiful thing. On the left side of the quadrant, what I want you to kind of take away from this slide is 100% of the effort, of the time, of the energy is pretty much on you. Maybe two people, a husband and wife, or a couple, or a partner, but most of the activity is on one individual, very limited amount of individuals. So that's the active income side. On the passive side, though, when you start thinking of systems that are put into play, let's say, for example, like a McDonald's, where it's just, the owner's probably in another country and that business continues to generate income, that is where you're using leveraging the efforts of other individuals for you to gain, to make income and make a living. In most cases, becoming financially free. So here at PowerHouse, we focus on these two primary quadrants. We offer the self-employed individual an unbelievable opportunity to produce on their own pen, as we term it within the PowerHouse family, to have an amazing opportunity to make a really, really good income by themselves. But we also offer the business side, where we have a system that is proven that once you plug in, put in the time, put in the energy, put in the effort, be coachable, you can create a system that can also generate, in this case, unlimited income as well. All right, so as I mentioned, there's two income tracks. There's a personal producer and what we would call the agency owner or the agency builder. Most people start off as an associate at a 60% level. You grow up, you raise through the ranks, and we want everyone to strive for becoming a RVP, a regional vice president, when you get to the 100% contract level. But we also have as high as 140%. So our commission is not capped at just at 100. It can go up as high as 140 based on volume and based on some other parameters. But you do have the option to either be a personal producer or an agency builder. Let's look at the health insurance as an example of how that particular product creates a passive income. All right, let's say you have health insurance policy, the Affordable Care Act, which is the marketplace, and Medicare pay a monthly residual, what they call a commission of PMPM, per member per month. On average, every policy that you help an individual get pays an average of $25 per member per month. Let's say you help a family of 4, mom, dad, and 2 kids, typical average family, times 25 per person, averages about $100 per month. So how many families would you need to help to become financially free? And this is where we get a little bit more into the financial freedom definition. Let's take a typical budget. Pretty common: mortgage, rent, car payment, food, utilities, and other miscellaneous things add up to about $4,000 a month of your living expenses. This is what you need as a break-even point to bring in every month in order for you to be able to cover your basic cost of surviving, of living. You can become financially free, which is your passive income coming in matches that monthly break-even point of living expenses, is our definition of you becoming financially free. So in this case, if you help 40 families, 40 families, 4 people on average per family, times 100, that will give you the passive monthly income of $4,000 per month, which, if your living expenses are $4,000, guess what? You have now become financially free. And as you grow and get more excited and more people start talking about it, especially in the Latino community, it's more like 6 to 8 people per family. But if you help 100 families of 4 individuals times the same $100 per month, guess what? You're now up to $10,000 per month. And that is technically unlimited. I mean, you can add 1,000 families. You just can do the math, but you are not capped. There's no ceiling on the amount of families you can assist and the amount of money that you can make on a monthly basis. The life insurance side is another one of the key products that we provide. And then on the personal producer, let's give you an example of how that works out. So let's say you help a husband and wife, mom and dad, monthly premium each of $100 each. So it's $200 per month in monthly premium. You multiply that times 12, gives you $2,400 in annual premium. Commissions are based on annual premium in the insurance world. So we want you to keep that in mind. $2,400 in annual premium for helping a husband and wife get a simple term life insurance policy. Starting off at a base level of an associate at 60% commission times the $2,400, an individual starting with us brand new, right after getting their license within 24 to 48 hours, could make as much as $1,440 on average in this particular example. And it took about an hour. Maybe your first appointment might take an hour and a half, but after that, it'll probably be roughly about an hour to make $1,400. I don't know about you, but I don't know too many other places where you can make over $1,000 an hour legally in this country. But in this case, you can and help a lot of people, a lot of families. On the agency builder side, once again, we're working on that B quadrant. I want to show you how helping the exact same scenario, husband and wife, $100 each, $200 a month in monthly premium, same annual premium of $2,400. Your associate is at 60% commission. Now you reach the range of RVP, which is what we want all of our agents to strive for. You're now at 100% commission. So if you go out and help a family or a couple, in this case, $2,400 in annual premium, you get the full 100% commission of $2,400 for that same hour of work. However, now that you start bringing in individuals and you start creating a team, building your own agency within PowerHouse, you start to collect what's known as override. And we love override money. In this particular case, whatever associate you bring into first level, between 60% and 100%, that's 40% of override that you receive as passive income. So if you bring in 10 individuals and they come in and they start helping these individuals, families, husband and wife, same exact example, $100 a month each. Every single individual that comes in and does that exact same thing, you get a check of $960 of override pay for their efforts. Of course, you've trained them, you brought them to the PowerHouse opportunity, you've shown them the ropes. If you have 10 of those individuals doing that either on a weekly or on a monthly basis, you're making $9,600. Once again, per week, per day, per month. There's really no limit, but this is just an example of what could definitely be a reality for you in the agency builder side. So in summary, here's what makes us different. Hopefully you can see that we have 9 streams of active income that you can take part of, 5 streams of passive income, which can get you to becoming financially free much quicker than you can ever imagine. 100% training and support. And you can make income either as a personal producer and or an agency builder. Access to over 100 different carriers, which definitely sets us apart from the competition and anybody else out there. So based on what you've seen thus far, what did you like most about what you saw? On a scale of from 1 to 10, where do you see yourself? 1, hey, you know what? That's fantastic information. I'd like to get my financial house in order. Or are you on the 10 side? Hey, listen, I'm all in. I want to join the team, become an agent, and take advantage of this amazing opportunity. I'll bring it over to Armando.
Excellent job there. Excellent job. And can you send it to the next screen there? I want to make sure that we get this going because I want to tell you guys something. I've been excited about this since the moment we conceived it in our head, right? And we connected with our partners. This is an amazing opportunity for you. So you guys spent here tonight, and we appreciate your time. But it's not about us. It's about you. It's about your family. It's about your financial future. It's about where do you want to see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years. If you don't take any action and don't make any changes, probably the next 5 years is going to look very similar to the last 5 years. However, if you make a decision tonight, you get back to the person who invited you to this information and you tell them, hey, listen, I'm all in. I'll be coachable. Let me know what's my next steps. What do we got to do to get it going? I promise you, you go to work. You go to work like you've never done before. Give your boss the 9 to 5, but give yourself and your family and your future self your 5 to 9, right? Work a few hours a day to build your team, to build your business, to go out there and help families and make those extra checks. Guys, in the world we live in today, we need every single penny. Inflation's at an all-time high. Things are going on. I'm not going to get political about it, but I'm going to tell you, you need to make sure that you're positioned to protect your family, whatever happens. And one of those things is making sure that your house is in order. And number 2, making sure that your finances are in order, right? So get back with the person that invited you. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate you. And again, 3 options. Number 1, I'm all in. I'm ready to go get my license. If I don't have my license, if you do have your license, get contracted, get going right away. Number 2, if you like what you saw here, but it's probably not the right time for you, make sure you send referrals to the person who invited you here, right? And number 3, and most importantly, make sure that you get your house in order. make sure that you take care of your family and make sure that everything that we talked about, that Mr. Renee talked about here with building the house, make sure you get with the person who invited you and put your house in order. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate you. And we'll see you in the beaches of the world.